I'd like to welcome you to our council meeting this evening. This meeting is being held in compliance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act NJSA 10:4-6 exec. Annual notice has been forwarded to the New Jersey Herald and the Daily Record. It was posted on the bulletin board maintained in the municipal building for public announcements. Roll call.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Here.
Mr. Falcone.
Present.
Ms. Johnson.
Here.
Mr. Kukovic.
Present.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Here.
Ms. Smith.
Here.
Mayor Galante.
Here. If you will stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You'll just remain standing for a moment of silence, an observation of the 3 officers who were state troopers in central Pennsylvania that were just killed this afternoon. Thank you. Please be seated. So we have some special things that are happening this evening with proclamations. So we're going to do those first. So our first proclamation that we have is for Anthony Riccio. Last year, I had a contest to design a new flag for the borough of Hopatcon. Anthony, if you'll come up. Stand over here. And today is the day that we do our unveiling of the flag.
That is really nice.
So we're just gonna, you can see from the back, right? Or do you-
Yeah, it's great.
So this will actually be hung here in the council chambers. We also have one for outside that will get hung also. So wonderful job that Anthony did for us. Thank you.
So nice.
So we have a proclamation for Anthony. Whereas the strength and the future of our community are reflected in the activities, successes, and accomplishments of its citizens. And whereas out of 21 residents that submitted their design for the Hopatcon Flag Day contest, Anthony Riccio's flag was chosen to represent the borough of Hopatcon as its official municipal flag during the first Flag Day parade held on June 15, 2025. And whereas Anthony's flag was inspired by the colors of the lake, the surrounding landscape, and the bald eagle. He chose to incorporate the bald eagle into his design because of their presence on the lake, as well as homage to the Native American roots of Hopatcon's names. His flag embodied the love and sense of community that Hopatcon represents, allowing for all residents to come together within the community. And now therefore, I, Marie Galati, Mayor of the Borough of Hopatcon, have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the Borough of Hopatcon to be affixed this 17th day of September, 2025. On behalf of the Borough Council and the residents of Hopatcon, we recognize and extend our deepest gratitude for his outstanding service and do hereby proclaim September 21st, 2025 as Anthony Riccio Day in the Borough of Hopatcon. Thank you. Great design, Anthony.
Thank you.
So our next proclamation is for Annette Greco. Can you come up, Annette? So Annette received, come on over this way. So Annette received her notification from the NJSFWC, which is the Federation for Women's Clubs. And it said, "Dear Annette, It is my greatest pleasure and honor to officially inform you that you have been selected as the winner of the prestigious NJSF WC Cecilia Gaines Holland Award. Your efforts on behalf of your community have been outstanding, and the pride your fellow members have in you is more than justified. Your reward will be presented to you at the annual convention banquet honoring club presidents on Tuesday, March 6, 2025. After the presentation, you will have the opportunity to say a few words. You and your guest shows. I'm sorry. Please note that this is an honor bestowed upon Women's Club members. That is the highest honor that can be obtained within the Women's Club organization. Once again, congratulations, Annette. The New Jersey State Federation of Women's Club of GFWC, the Hopatcong Women's Club, and the Highlands District are most fortunate to have you as a member. As a member of the Hopatcong Women's Club for almost 15 years now, I know that in the entire history that I've been involved, there's never been a member that's ever received this award in Hopatcong. And after speaking with the Women's Club members who have been there much longer than I have, there is no one in the history of the Hopatcong Women's Club that has ever received this award before. And the letter that was submitted had gone through all the details of what Annette does, going back to when she moved into Hopatcong, had her 3 children here with her husband, Dino, and she began attending school and church. She was a room mom here in Hopatcong, going on class trips and assisting in parties. She also has a long-standing role playing in the National Day of Prayer here in Hopatcong, which she does every May 1st in Moda Park. Maxim Glen. Annette was a stay-at-home mom for 15 years, and then she made the decision to return to her workplace and to return to the workplace in 1995. She was hired by the Hopatcong Board of Education as an aide to a boy in a wheelchair. She worked in both classroom and eventually became a secretarial skilled person in the main office where she worked for over many years. She's also done many different things here in Hopatcong. With our senior center, she assists with our exercise group with the seniors. She is part of the Golden Lunch Bunch. She is a member of the Hopatcong Women's Club. She's contributed her time to other organizations such as the Veterans Alliance Hospital and Daisy. Annette is just an all-around great person receiving this award. So we're really happy to have her as part of our community. So Annette has a proclamation for this evening also. And Annette's proclamation reads, whereas Annette Gricko has been chosen for the Cecilia Gaines Holland Award, which is the highest honor that can be bestowed upon a New Jersey Women's Club member. And whereas Annette has been a resident of Hopatcong since February of 1983, her deeds of helping people and volunteering in our community are very extensive. She has been a helping hand to many and continues to work and help others. And whereas Annette was hired by Hopatcong Board of Education in 1995 as an aide before moving on to the main office after being a stay-at-home mom for 15 years. She retired from her position as an office manager in August of 2019. Whereas Annette's commitments to Hopatcong became clear when she first joined the Hopatcong Welcome Wagon as their social director. She was one of the original Motive moms for almost 30 years. Annette has played a longstanding role in heading the Hopatcong National Day of Prayer held annually in May. Annette has volunteered as a room mom assisting teachers in school. She also volunteers at her church where she taught Sunday school. Annette also participated in many programs such as MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers, Vacation Bible School, Youth Leader, and Stevens Minister. Whereas the Borough of Hopatcong is truly fortunate to have someone like Annette Gricko living in their community. Her years of volunteering and caring for others makes her an outstanding citizen, and we all thank her for all selfless services to our community. Now, therefore, I, Marie Galati, Mayor of the Borough of Hopatcong, hereby proclaim September 22nd, 2025 as Annette Gricko Day. We also have one more parting gift for you. We have one of Hopatcong's You Make a Difference Awards.
Wow.
And it reads, Borough of Hopatcong presented to Annette Gricko, recipient of the 2025 NJSFWC Cecilia Gaines Award. Congratulations. And our next recipient is Jennifer Barone.
Yay.
So last year I created a contest for residents, for Citizen of the Year. And it's open to any citizen in Hopatcon. It doesn't matter what their age is or accomplishments. We wanted everyone to send everything in. And we had such trouble at the end trying to pick a winner that we actually had a tie. So we have two Hopatcon Seniors of the Year for Citizens of the Year for 2024. So the letter that was submitted says, Jen Barone, I'm nominating Jennifer Barone as Hopatcon Citizen of the Year 2024 in recognition of her years of volunteerism to the community. I met Jen in 2014. Do you know who it is?
Oh, yeah, I know.
I met Jen in 2014, 1 year after I moved to the area. She was at the time president of the Hopatcon Community Garden. At that time, she was encouraging and supportive of my application to be a member of the community garden. She shared the history of the garden, how she was one of the founding members after Alice King's petition to the town council to build a community garden. I later learned that Alice passed before the garden completed, but a team of resolute individuals, including Jen Barone, championed the community garden concept and made it a reality. The township approved the concept of the community garden and donated the land for the activity, but the continuous operations have been managed by a self-sustaining team of individuals, for which Jen has been critical to its success. Jen has helped build the bylaws and has operated on the garden board, inclusive of being president and responsible for its independent operations as a 5013C. Funding for the garden initially came from several diverse sources, including charity fundraising. In 2012, after arduous work from many volunteers, the HCG was born. In the last 13 years, the garden has gone through a multitude of changes and is thriving with a full garden community in 2025. Jen has always been part of this vision and has ensured its continuity through her leadership skills. She has also championed the garden community charity fundraising initiative through Hudson Farms to ensure there are funds for its continuous operations as an independent entity. Jen is also a Rutgers Master Gardener and began her love for gardening as a child under the direction and influence of her family. Always having had strong mentors through her mother, uncle, and cousins, sharing their love for gardening and building a passion within Jen for gardening. Since her formative years with family, Jen has continued this passion and has pursued her Master Gardener certification through Rutgers. As a part of her certification, she is actioned to dedicate a portion of her time to the community, and in doing so, Jen has several areas where her volunteerism has shown through. Currently, she leads the HCG as vice president and a board member. She continues to encourage and groom the next generation of community garden leaders by sharing her knowledge, encouraging and supporting other members to take leadership and ownership roles within the community garden to ensure it is self-sustaining entity. She has been selfless in the time and effort she has volunteered to coach new members who have shown a spark of interest in leading the garden community. She has acquired organic seed donations and organized seed sorting parties to help keep the cost of gardening more affordable for gardeners for several years. She attends yearly community garden conferences to learn and communicate with other local community gardens on how we can do better with managing our gardens. She has led the Helping Hands program at the HCG, in which a dedicated plot is managed and the produce grown has been donated to those in need. Some years Scouts have helped with it also. In 2024, Jen managed the garden at the Senior Center Garden to feed our seniors. In 2024, over 169 pounds of vegetables were donated to our seniors between the various gardens. Jen has also extended her volunteerism beyond the community garden and has been an active member of the Environmental Commission. Jen has stepped up as the communications lead, creating the EC Facebook page, documenting the EC yearly accomplishments and sharing activities and accomplishments with the broader community. Jen has previously been an active member of the open space team, which allocated funds for new playground equipment and the dog park, and a green team as participating in Hopatcon's Sustainable New Jersey program to achieve and maintain a bronze status. Although Jen transitioned from the EC in 2023 after years of dedicated service, she has continued to share her environmental expertise with the next generation of environmental volunteers. She has always made herself available for questions and support of the continuing success of the Environmental Commission. Jen also continues to this day as an active volunteer with the Lake Hopatcon Foundation, having joined in 2012. Additionally, she also volunteered for the Lake Hopatcon Foundation as a water chestnut captain, which is for the invasive plant removal in Lake Hopatcon. She volunteered on the Gala fundraiser committee, field trips with school children, and trailblazing hikes. The volunteerism does not stop at the town level because Jen is an active member of her Wildwood Shores community too. She helps run their Facebook page and volunteers on neighborhood activities by co-hosting community gatherings at the beach club and clubhouse. She has led the Wildwood Shores team in the lake-wide 5-year drawdown to clean up since 2013. In a step beyond, last year she hosted a Friendsgiving after the lake cleanup, bringing the community together after a great volunteer day. During the pandemic, seeing how local families were struggling financially, Jen and her husband donated frequently to food banks and started a new tradition. Every year, they purchase at least 20 boxes of Girl Scout cookies to donate, as they feel those in need should have the opportunity to enjoy them as well. There is so much that Jen Barone has done over the years for the Hopatcong community that to recognize her as one of our town gems and celebrate her volunteerism through our Citizen of the Year award would be an honorable moment. Thank you for considering this application for the Hopatcong Citizen of the Year 2024. Respectfully, Lori. So Jennifer's proclamation reads, whereas the strength and vitality of a community are enhanced by the dedicated service of its citizens, and whereas Jennifer Barone has demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to improving the lives of Hopatcong residents through exceptional volunteerism and community service, and has been awarded the 2024 Citizen of the Year. And whereas Jennifer Barone is one of the founding members of the Hopatcong Community Garden, which is a staple in our community for all to enjoy. And the garden also helps feed our senior citizens. Jennifer was a longtime member of Hopatcong Environmental Commission, as well as Open Space Committee, and continues open communication with current members to assist any way she can. Jennifer currently serves on the Lake Hopatcong Foundation, as well as her neighborhood Wildwood Shores group. And whereas Jennifer's generous spirit and selfless actions have served as an inspiration to others, mobilizing a greater sense of civic duty and social responsibility within our community. The remarkable contributions made by Jennifer have improved the quality of life for all and truly exemplify the spirit of a model citizen. And now, therefore I, Marie Galati, Mayor of the Borough of Hopatcong, have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the Borough of Hopatcong to be affixed this 17th day of September, 2025. On behalf of the Borough Council and the residents of Hopatcong, we recognize and extend our deepest gratitude for her outstanding service and do hereby proclaim September 19th, 2025 as Jennifer Barone Day. And we have one more parting gift for you.
You didn't know me.
So Jennifer receives a You Make a Difference Award, and it says the Hopatcong Citizen of the Year 2024 awarded to Jennifer Barone.
I'm gonna have to hide that from the cat.
Well, it is for them after all, right?
Thank you.
Anything you bring in, thank you. Our last recipient for the night, Jamie Wint.
Thank you.
So Jamie was the second nomination for Citizen of the Year for 2024, and we could not decide between the two, so we chose two. So the nomination letter that was received for Jamie was, Dear Mayor Marie Galati, I would like to nominate Jamie Wint as a candidate for the 2024 Citizen of the Year Award. Jamie is truly a woman who represents love for the community, her family, her faith, and is never one to say no when asked to help. Jamie is an active member of the Hopatcong Seniors Inc., and at each and every meeting, she works in the kitchen, setting up, serving and cleaning up before leaving the building. She is also an active member of the St. Jude's Fundraising Committee and lends her time and expertise into assisting the team to raise much-needed funds to help the church. She volunteers her time with the Lake Hopatcong Foundation in both administration assistance and projects as she's requested. She serves on the Hopatcong Environmental Commission and works hard to advocate for a cleaner, safe, and friendly Hopatcong. Jamie is always thinking of how to showcase our community. It was her idea to purchase a bird feeder and place it in the park near the Borough Hall. With the coordination of Hopatcong Seniors Inc., the idea became a reality, and now what graces the center spot with a permanent sign. In addition, she was the brainstorm for the first Flag Day parade to suggest we have a senior float in the procession. With the help of a team of volunteers and getting Joe Tree to donate his trailer and drive the truck, Jamie decorated and made her dream a reality. It was the only float in the parade, and it was a huge success as applauded by the community.
Showed them.
Jamie stayed in the background and never took all the credit for the original idea. She even walked the parade route behind the trailer, letting the executive board ride in the float that day.
More important.
Jamie's commitment to Hopakon is apparent in all that she does. She truly represents a citizen who is dedicated and committed to Hopakon. I feel strongly she represents the perfect candidate to be considered for the 2024 Citizen of the Year. Sincerely, Ida. So Jamie's proclamation reads, whereas the strength and vitality of a community are enhanced by the dedicated service of its citizens, and whereas Jamie Wint has demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to improving the lives of Hopakon Borough, residents through exceptional volunteerism and community service, and has been awarded the 2024 Citizen of the Year, and whereas Jamie is often found in the Hopakon Seniors Inc. meetings, assisting with setup, baking, or jumping in to assist with the group kitchen, along with being an active member of St. Jude's fundraising committee for their church and congressional needs. Jamie also assists with the Lake Hopakon Foundation, assisting projects that are requested. She currently serves on the Environmental Commission for the Hopakon Borough to preserve and enhance Hopakon. And whereas Jamie's generous spirit and selfless actions have served as an inspiration to others, mobilizing a greater sense of civic duty and social responsibility within our community. The remarkable contributions made by Jamie have improved the quality of life for all and truly exemplify the spirit of a model citizen. And now, therefore, I, Marie Galati, Mayor of the Borough of Hopakon, have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the Borough of Hopakon to be affixed this 17th day of September 2025. On behalf of the Borough Council and the residents of Hopakon, we recognize and extend our deepest gratitude for her outstanding service and do hereby proclaim September 20th, 2025 as Jamie Wint Day.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
And one more party.
Thank you, Ida. It was very nice.
You deserve it.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're one of them.
So Jamie's You Make a Difference Award. And it reads, Hopakon Citizen of the Year 2024, awarded to Jamie Wint.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Congratulations.
You're all welcome to stay for our council meeting, but if you'd like, you're welcome to leave also. We understand.
Celebrate, yeah.
We don't take it personal. You can go celebrate.
We went.
They're a good girl. A lot of characters. A lot of characters. Oh, I love Betty. Betty used to, my dad lived like Runaway and she worked at Charlie Brown's into her mid-80s.
Betty's that hot mic moment, like you never know what she's gonna say.
Oh, yeah, she comes out with. some
90,
really-
93.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along on our agenda. We have our report from our Lake Hopakon Commission Commissioner, Dan McCarthy.
I'm gonna close the door.
Good idea.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Just want to get my phone going here because at some point there's a very quick chart I want to show you. Just a very quick and focused report tonight. As you know, I'm asked to come by the mayor on at least a quarterly basis to give an update on what's going on with Lake Hopakon and the commission. Of course, I can come more frequently if anybody has any questions or specific concerns, just reach out to me. The harvesters are in the process of coming out. There's currently 2 in at Lee's Park just doing cleanup duty. As of the last commission meeting on September 8th, there was 1,682 cubic yards of weeds pulled from Lake Hopakon this year, which is more than double the rate of last year. This year, our scientists at the commission are telling us that the water has been clearer based upon Secchi dish observations. It's a circular disc they stick in the lake. It's got black and white colors, and you drop it down to it. It just basically starts to disappear, and then you note the level. So basically, the disc can go down further this year. You can see it further into the lake, which is good. The other bit of interesting news, we had boat races last weekend at the state park, and we're going to have boat races this weekend on Saturday. It's a typical races up in Woodport, but on Sunday, they're going to have big offshore boats on the main lake, which is something that, from what I'm told, it's never happened in my lifetime. I conferred with Marty Kane this afternoon, and he's not really quite sure when it was. He thinks it when he was young, which would have been in the 1950s. So that's going to be a real spectacle to see. So he can make it a point to get out there. That would be good. The lake level as of tonight is 8.12 feet, and there's 11.6 cubic feet of water going out the lake. And this is where I get my little graph. And I apologize for the small thing, but this is the USGS gauge at the state park. The red line is slow speed, no wake. The green line is the top of the dam. So this is a 180-day presentation starting in April. So we can see the lake came up. In the spring, as it should, it was above the level of the dam for quite some time. We had a slow speed, no wake event, and then we had lack of rain, and the level has just kind of gone steadily down. We had 2 inches of rain 2 weeks ago or so, and it shot up a little bit, and it's going back down. This is, to me, a typical summer presentation. There's nothing abnormal about this. So I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. The next thing is the annual drawdown as per the Lake Hopatcong Water Level Management Plan, which is also available online at the Lake Hopatcong Commission website. The drawdown for this year, it's a 26-inch or 22-inch drawdown because we're still under the pilot program where they're trying it at 22 inches. It's been a pilot program since like 2016. 22 inches, it normally would be 26 inches. They're trying to lower it less to see if there's any ice damage. In other words, if we lower it less, perhaps it'll rise faster in the spring. Less of a comeback we have to worry about. The trade-off is potential damage to lakefront structures from not having the lake lower to 26 inches as we normally do. The drawdown will begin on November 12th, providing the lake level is at full pool. On the management plan at page 5, there's a graph for the 26-inch drawdown. It tells you where it level's supposed to be. For example, if the lake level, like right now, it's roughly around 8 feet. So instead of starting on November 12th, they would start it on November 27th. So basically they pick up on the graph where the lake level is on the start date. The idea is it's supposed to be down by December 15th at the regular level. Next meeting for the Lake Hopatcong Commission is October 13th at the Lake Hopatcong train station. That's all I have for tonight, unless anybody has any comments or questions.
I do. I have the proverbial. Are you the person responsible for lowering the lake?
No, I'm not.
Who is responsible for
The
that?
state of New Jersey is responsible for lowering the lake. It's actually the state park superintendent who is supposed to follow the plan. But if there's something controversial or weird, the people in Trenton seem to be able to jump right into it and offer their opinion, and they basically take control of it. Fish and Wildlife also has something to say about it because they want to keep sufficient waters in the stream, Musconetcong River, to protect wildlife. The other thing I've heard, just by way of clarification, there's been some comment and question about the fountain, which was just reactivated, and is that causing the lake level to be low? No, the answer is no, it's not. The fountain, when it was installed over 100 years ago, was designed to be a water gauge. It's designed to let out 12 cubic feet per second. This fountain was just started up after a period of inactivity since the 1980s. The issue that they've been having is some weeds and debris have gotten into the gates, the inlet. There's a big filter plate there now that keeps out all the big stuff so that it doesn't get into the pipe and into the orifice in the fountain. But it does slow the level of water going into the fountain pipe and hence the height of the fountain. So what they do, the state park staff opens the gates and the dam just a little bit. But between the dam and the fountain, there's never more than 12 cubic feet per second leaving the lake, which is the minimum required under the plan. So the fountain is not causing the lake to go down, in case anybody's wondering. That's the wild rumor that's out there. It's not exactly accurate.
Dan, I have a question. Or, do you have another?
No, go ahead.
Regarding algae bloom, I know the past few summers, it feels like, I could be wrong, that we've had it every year. I noticed this year we didn't have it. Was there preventive measures that were done, or was it just because we had a mild summer?
There was last fall, there was alum treatment. It's a chemical, it was put into the lake bed to help tamp down and knock down algae. And that is something else that our scientists have said, that the algae levels are down. But the trade-off is usually you have high weed levels, and it's a bane of our existence is weeds in the lake. People get all uptight, but we can do something about that. We can cut those. All we have to do is throw harvesters and money at it, which is a big undertaking, especially the money part. The other side of it is if the algae levels are high, then the weed levels are low, but you really can't do anything in the middle of an algae bloom. And if it gets really bad, as we saw in 2019, they can say you shouldn't be swimming and shouldn't have pets in the lake. And that was a real disaster in 2019. And we've been trying really hard to prevent that from happening again.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I do have a question. The weeds that get cut, just out of curiosity, what happens with all those weeds?
We take the weeds out of the lake and they're transported over to Jefferson, to a location that Jefferson has let us use, the old Snowball ski area. And then they're dried out. And then once they're dried out, they're taken to the Morris County MUA to be disposed of. And the important part of this is before Jefferson made this space available to us, we'd have to pay to take just the weeds straight from the lake to the Morris County MUA and pay by weight. And of course, as you know, most of the weight with weeds is water. So by drying them out, we can save quite a bit of money by doing that. So that's really something that we're very happy that Jefferson Township set up for us.
Thanks.
So.
Very good.
I'm just curious, oftentimes when I drive past the state park, there's no swimming. What is the reason for that?
It's as far as I know, and I only know this because my son was once a lifeguard about 5-6 years ago at the state park. Usually they close the beaches because they don't have lifeguard staffing. They normally have the whole beach open. Sometimes they go to what they call half beach because of the number of lifeguards available. And if there's not enough lifeguards, they can't allow people to swim.
Is it because they're not paying enough?
I don't think Dan would know the answer to that question, Dan. No need to answer, Dan.
Yes.
Goes to the school year and everybody's back in school.
Well,
Thank you.
for my son's purposes, it was a good school, good college job, but he's moved on to other things like the rest of them do.
Right,
So.
right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
Have a good night, everyone.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, moving along to committee reports. I do want to mention, actually, Dan could have mentioned for me, the Hopakon Astronomy Club is going to be doing stargazing. They're doing an event at the Lake Hopakon Foundation on September 18th at 6:30 p.m. If you haven't done that over there, it's definitely a fun event. So that's coming up. The Highlands District and the executive director has awarded the Borough of Hopakon in collaboration with the Lake Hopakon Foundation for the 2026 Tourism Expansion Grant Program for $8,600. So I'd like to say congratulations to everybody that was involved on working and helping to make that grant become a reality. I'm excited to see what they're actually going to be able to do with that. I do want to thank Rob Bond, since that was something that he had helped spearhead. And again, I'm sure that we'll hear within the next environmental open space meetings what they're going to be doing with that, but that's very exciting. I do want to remind everybody that J&J Vendor does have their market the last Sunday of the month from 11 to 3 p.m. I do want to take a moment to thank our DPW and our water department. Water leaks can be an arduous task. Water leaks happen all over the state of New Jersey, sometimes hundreds, if not, 1,000 within just the same week. Some of them are easy, some of them are a little bit more difficult. I do want to say thank you to the residents for their patience during this time. I also want to thank our OEM coordinator. I'm also looking forward to the ability for us, once we do an update on our website, to be able to get even more information out to everybody even faster. But we do appreciate your patience. And again, I do want to say thank you to everybody who was out there working on it, because it's not like myself or the council go out there and do the leaks ourselves. We leave that to the professionals. So I just wanted to say thank you. And then moving on to Anthony.
I have no new committee updates for this evening, but I certainly want to congratulate and a big thank you to Annette and Anthony and Jen and Jamie for their wonderful work, hard work and everything and their contribution to the borough of Apacon. So it really makes a difference when you have people like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, agreed. No committee comments, but echo Anthony's sentiment there. And I know Anthony left, but if he's listening, I'd love for him to make more flags that we could buy because that flag was incredible. I'd love to hang that somewhere. So
Really nice.
Anthony, if you're listening, mass produce those. We'll buy them.
Thank you, Jen. So I wanted to congratulate all of our proclamation recipients this evening. On the school, Flora Ave remains closed for the gas line installation between Durbin and Vets Field in the evenings from 7 p.m. until 5 a.m. The Apacon Chiefs varsity football team won their first 2 out of 3 games this season against Elmwood Park. And also this past Friday against North Warren. That was a really good game.
Great game.
It was an awesome game. Their next home game is October 3rd versus Wallkill. I also realized that I only do football and I feel really bad. So Chiefs cross country is home on September 20th at 8:30 in the morning. Girls tennis is home on September 22nd versus Wallkill. Boys soccer is home versus Lenape on September 22nd. Girls varsity soccer is home September 23rd. And the next Board of Education meeting is September 22nd at 7 p.m. For the Municipal Alliance, they met on Monday, the 15th. There are 2 movie nights planned in the coming months, October 17th and December 12th, both starting at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. I don't have the next meeting date available, but we'll update when I do. For recreation, they met on September 9th. They have a couple of events coming up. Bingo on September 26th at 7 p.m. at the Senior Center. If you want to register, email Max at mvasili@hopacon.org. They're only taking the first 50 people. Patriots Parade is on September 27th from 2 to 9 p.m. The Halloween Parade is on, I wrote this weird, October 18th. 11 to 12 is the parade, and then the festival is going to be from 12 to 3. At their meeting, they confirm meeting dates for next year and the events that they'll be planning. And the next rec meeting is October 14th at 7 p.m. I wanted to thank everyone involved in the triathlon that was held at Crescent Cove on September 6th. It was my first time attending, and it was a wonderfully organized event with a lot of participants. Wanted to thank Max for organizing the September 11th ceremony. It was beautiful and a very touching tribute to those who we lost 24 years ago. There's a gubernatorial election coming up. For anyone interested, there is a gubernatorial debate being streamed on Sunday, September 21st at 7 p.m. It can be streamed on njglobe.com or on nj.com. I also wanted to send my condolences for those wounded in the Colorado school shooting last week, the 3 PA troopers that were killed and 2 wounded today, and also to the young family of Charlie Kirk, who we lost last week. That's all I have.
Thank you. Christine?
Yes. I want to say also congratulations to the 3 women. They are all of them a force of nature, love, and strength in this town. You need something done, those 3 women are there anytime, anywhere. They're amazing human beings. And I want to thank Anthony for the flag. I agree. If they get any made, I would buy one too. It's beautiful. And I just want to remind people that we still have polls available for the veterans. And we also are still doing Safely Back Home program for anybody that has a person living in their home that may wander. It's a program where we put things on their clothing or their hats so that the police are called and they are not scared or traumatized in any way. If you need details, just see Smith at apacon.org if you're interested. That's it.
Thank you. Steve?
So when I made a choice about 30 years ago to move into Apacon, I was hoping to exactly these kind of neighbors that are in Apacon these days. So I also want to congratulate Jamie, Jen, Annette, and Anthony, because those are exactly the people that I want to be next to as a neighbor. And that's it.
Thank you. Rachel?
I want to thank our administrator for putting out a very detailed timeline regarding this weekend's water events. If you have not seen it, please take a look. I understand the frustration behind everybody needing information, but I think it's imperative to put out facts before assumptions, just to make sure we're not having to backtrack on anything. So I appreciate the residents' patience for the water situation and everybody involved in getting that corrected. But please take a look at that memo because I think it's very insightful. So thank you for that. The police department, PD will be conducting firearms training. That was this week. If you heard any gunshots over off Spar to Stanhope, that's going to be taking place until Friday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. For those who were able to attend, the police department did participate in the softball benefit this past weekend as well. There were several rounds of games. The police department ended up losing, not taking home the trophy. The coaches of Little League did win, but it was a great weekend, great weather, great game. Just a great time all around. I do want to thank again Crescent Cove for opening up their grounds for the Lake Hopatcong Triathlon Challenge. Wendy, did you ever get a count of how many total, sorry to put you on the spot, how many total registered? It was over 200 people, right? Okay, so 270 people that came out for, the swimming, the running and the biking. I think it's great to have that amount of traffic come into Hopatcong, right? Because our businesses benefit from that. So it was a great turnout. The ambulance squad is hiring not part-time, per diem EMTs. They offer competitive pay, flexible schedules, and offer free CEU training opportunities. For more information, please visit hopatcongems.org for an application. I do want to shout out our superintendent of recreation, Max. This past Sunday was Sussex County Day. And Hopatcong ended up taking second in the municipal egg toss. He was very competitive, but he got his second place. Last year it was third, so I'm hoping next year we take first place. And the last thing I have is Warriors Tricky Tray is Saturday, October 11th at Hopatcong High School. Doors open at 2 p.m. and the calling starts at 6 p.m. So if you're interested, it does sell out quick. It's a great time. And please visit the Warriors Facebook page for more information on that. And that's all.
Thank you. Moving on to our administrator's report, shall we?
Yes, I want to go over a few mailings that went out to all water, or not all, but water customers in the last week. We had a mailing that went out for lead service line. This went out, there's actually two mailings that went out. There was one mailing that went out to 18 residents who do have lead lines going into their home, and that was just informative. We have to send out these notices periodically. So that was an informative notice that just talked about the repercussions of having lead lines and things to look out for. And then another notice went out to customers that we are not sure what lines they have. We have not been able to confirm whether they're lead or not. So that general notice, it asks residents to fill out a survey to help us identify what kind of lines they have. Now, I understand there are some residents that have filled out this survey already. So they were, a little frustrated that they got it again. So we are going to make sure that our information is updated to reflect that so that they will not get another notice. So just look out for those mailings if you're a water customer. And then another mailing went out from DEP to well owners, and it didn't go out to every well owner. It went out to, I think, about 40 properties. And it's part of an investigation, and it's a form asking, or a form notifying those residents that they're going to be doing sampling on those wells. So if you received a notice like that, it is a legitimate notice from the DEP. So please respond to it appropriately as they are conducting an investigation and need data regarding the well sampling. So I just wanted to clarify those two notices because we have been getting calls about them. So they are legitimate notices that have been going out. I would also like to touch on the water repairs. I'd like to thank Dispatch, OEM, DPW, Water, Sewer for their work on making these repairs. I understand it's frustrating for the residents. It's frustrating for us as well. We don't want our residents to be without water. Our staff has been working nonstop since Sunday on making these repairs. As Councilwoman said, I did put out a memo this afternoon that went through a full timeline thus far of everything that has happened, explaining what happened. We are not completely repaired yet. Well, the repairs have been made, but the system is not fully up to where it should be yet. So you may still be experiencing low pressure or intermittent outages. We are really trying to restore water fully to the system. We are also looking at, once we're through this, next steps to the infrastructure, what to do to prevent this from happening again. Between the water incident last year and this, we do not want this to keep happening. So there may be some substantial infrastructure investments that need to be made to the water system and repairs that need to be done for us to not have these issues. So we are dealing with aging infrastructure, and we are aware of the problems and the frustrations, and, you know, we hear you. So I just want to say that, and again, thank you for your patience, and we understand your frustration. And, you know, we say in government that you can always do better, so we hear you on the communication. We hear you on, you know, just a little more transparency, so we will work to ensure that we are doing better as we move forward through this. And then a little bit of good news, we will have a new website as long as everything goes well. On December 17th, we'll be launching a new website. So there's a lot of work we have to do behind the scenes for that. Usually with municipal websites, you give yourself 6 months to do it. So we do not, that's obviously not 6 months from now. So there's going to be a lot of work behind the scenes. I have a lot of staff that are going to be working on this, but we're really excited because I know our website right now is, it looks pretty, but it's not user friendly. So that's our priority, is making a user friendly website moving forward and really just enhancing how we communicate to the public as we, you know, finish out this year and start rolling into next year. So that is all I have.
Thank you. I just want to ad lib a little bit on the lead line notification letters that are going out to the residents that are part of the water system. They're not for private well owners. 10 years ago, well, about 10 years ago, 6 years ago, 6 years ago, the state of New Jersey had come out and said that all lead line services from the curb box to your home had to be replaced. And it's one of the only things I've ever seen, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the only thing I've ever seen where the government has allowed us that once this 10 years passes, that if you don't do it, they're going to come on your property and do it for you. And they're going to charge you for it. So every resident that has a service line to municipal well, not just in Hopatcong, across the entire state of New Jersey, had this 10-year period that if they have lead service lines, that they have to be replaced. As people are checking them, there are different tests that you can do to check to see if you have a lead line, to see if a penny sticks to it. And that's what the letter is that comes out to everybody, for everybody to check to see if they have lead lines or not. If you have lead lines, we want you to let us know. One of the major reasons why we want you to let us know is we've actually applied for a grant for $1.4 million for lead service line replacements. We are currently one step in. Congressman Kane's office has informed us we're one of 15 projects that's been approved, which means that that grant has been approved for us to be able to replace our lead service lines for residents, where we would actually come in and do it. And we would take the money out of the grant money instead of you having to pay for it yourself. So we won't know the results of that grant till we get closer to the end of the year. But this is very real. And it is the first time I've ever seen the state of New Jersey do something where they're actually going to come onto your property if you don't do it yourself. So that's why we keep sending out the letters with notification asking you to get back to us if you haven't gotten back to us. And I know that we have 5 years left, 4 years left, 4.5 years left, where the state, like I said, the state's going to come in and do that. In reference to the private well owners that we're talking about, the 40 letters that went out to homeowners, as you all know, PFAS is real. It's around here. It's in the ground. It's in the water. All 7 municipal wells have tested positive for PFAS. All 7 municipal wells have carbon filtration systems on them, which is removing the PFAS out of the water. It's doing a phenomenal job. We've been at 0 for quite some time now. If you have a private well, though, it is something that we urge you to test to see if you do have PFAS. These 40 letters that went out are in a concentrated area. There was 38 of them in 2024. So there's another section of Hopatcong. So they've had those from 2024. They have these from 2025. If these all come back positive, that's another section where we know that PFAS is very high in. And the state of New Jersey will come in through the New Jersey Spill Fund with these homes if they test that positive, and they will remediate them with a carbon filtration system that the state will pay for. Again, I remind everybody with a private well, if you have the opportunity to do the PFAS test, do the PFAS test, because while the New Jersey Spill Fund still has funding, you can actually have your system remediated, and the state will pay to have it installed in your home. They will monitor that system for 5 years. They will come and test the water twice a year. They will change your filters once a year. If you sell your home during that time, that perk does not go on to the new homeowner. But there is a fund available for if your private well tests positive for PFAS. And I always encourage people to take advantage of this while the fund still has funding. And you cannot sell your house in the state of New Jersey without getting a test for PFAS if you have a private well. So it's best to do it now on the state's dime rather than when you're trying to move somewhere else and all of a sudden you have to now change and put the carbon filtration system in yourself. And they range anywhere between, that I know of, anywhere between $6,000 and $18,000. So just a little bit more information on the water, because the water is something we all use and it's important.
Did they lower the rate recently, the rate of PFAS, the number, the
They-
standard of PFAS?
Yes, the standard rate used to be 13 and the PFAS used to be, PFAS and PFOA used to be 13 and 14. And now it's been lowered to, I believe it's 5 and 6. They're using the number from California. Yeah.
Can I have a quick question off the water, the lead line replacements? That 1.4, is that just the total grant program size, or is that Hopacon's
That's
allocations? Okay, so that wouldn't be enough, if I remember correctly, now it's coming back to me, that wouldn't cover costs for all the line replacements, so it's a first come, first served
It's a
basis,
first come,
correct?
first served
I
basis,
think
yes.
that needs to be made very clear.
Yes, so if we do receive the grant and you have gotten your survey into us and you've told us that you have lead lines and we're aware of that, it is a first come, first served basis with the grant money, because it's not going to last between all the people if they do have it. So that's why we're encouraging people to get the surveys back to us about the lead line replacement. And we do have a section on our website where you can see, we have some pictures. I don't think we have a video up there, but we have pictures of how you can test to see if you have the lead lines or not. If you have copper anywhere near your line coming in the house, you don't have lead service lines.
No, the mailing also had pictures. that
Mail, that's right, the
identify-
mailing had photos.
So, you know, if you get that notice and, you know, maybe you thought it was junk and tossed aside, take another look at it.
Because it's not junk, it's important. It's a lot of drawn out information, but it is very important, and we all need water, and we all live on one big rock here in Hopatcon. Can I have a motion to open to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is open to the public for anything and everything that is on the agenda and off the agenda.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tom Brown. I'm with the Lake Hopatcon Elks. I'm here tonight to discuss the Patriot Parade that's up and coming on the 27th. Just to let everybody know that unfortunately our Flag Day Parade got pushed to a Patriot Day parade because of bad weather. So everything that was going to happen is still going to happen. We're going to have a parade from the high school down to this area starting at 2 o'clock. There's going to be antique cars in it. There's going to be a car show over here starting at 1 o'clock with a DJ. We're going to have a live band, City Limits, I believe, and a DJ at the same time. We're going to have an announcer to announce all of the dignitaries, bands, and everything that's coming through here. We're going to have food trucks, vendors, and then up on the senior field, we will have a complete kids area. Unfortunately, today I was told the high school can't help me man it, so I'm going to get rid of the dunk tank, but we're going to have 4 different bounce houses. We're going to have the Municipal Alliance with us. Kiwanis is going to be up there giving out cotton candy and popcorn. We're going to have a soccer shoot for boys and girls ages and anything from, they can kick the ball up to 16 years old, which is in coordination with the Elks, which if they win, will go on to our district shoot and go on to state shoot if they win that. So that's a nice deal. We're gonna have a grand finale with patriotic songs and lots of glow sticks. Because unfortunately we can't do our fireworks here, but hey. We're also gonna have a beer garden. So it's going to start, the parade will start coming down the route at 2 o'clock. We expect the parade to be done by 4. The car show will start at 1. And I know originally on the flyers that went out, it said the kids zone is going to open at 4. We're actually going to open at 3, and all the food vendors and everything will be open around 1 o'clock. So come on out. Everything's free except for the food. You got to pay for your own food and beer, but everything else is free, and it should be a really good time. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it doesn't rain, because if it does rain, we're gonna have to push this to next year.
Oh, we can't
All right.
do it at Christmas time?
Yeah,
Can't do a Santa parade?
we're done.
Did you, I'm
Tom,
sorry,
what-
I'm sorry.
How about you?
Did you get the confirmation on the hard cider too? The Jersey Girl, and then it was a hard cider, Brookfield cider?
I believe so. I believe they're gonna have the hard cider along with the beer over there.
Jersey- the
Yeah, we're gonna have to, I'll just have to double check that, because that one I haven't seen on the email if that's been confirmed or not.
No, Jen,
September 27th, 2 to 9.
yeah,
September,
Jen corrects me.
September 27th, 2 to 9. All right. Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right. Guys, have a good evening.
So,
Thank you.
Anyone else? Dave? Mhm.
Just a couple of things. I was wondering about the traffic survey. Do we get it? And if so, what plans are being made to improve safety in Hopatcong?
There's always plans being made to improve safety in Hopatcong, no matter what day it is, year it is, month it is, whatever incidents happened, not happened. Because safety is one of the major priorities that we have, whether it's through the police department or it's through the water department or it's through the admin building here. So as far as traffic studies go, at this point in time, we've been directed, at least at this point in time, from the chief that anything that comes in where there's an issue with a road, we're going to give the road to the administrator and it's going to be handled from there. Nobody here is going to be discussing traffic studies.
So in other words, you have no plans to put bumps in the road or?
You cannot put speed bumps in the road. It's an insurance issue. They won't let us put speed bumps in the road.
Don't other municipalities have them?
They might have them, but our insurance company isn't going to let us add them if we don't have them.
And what about speed, those speed signs that
That
say
will
you're
be-
going?
That will be up to traffic enforcement to give us and to recommend to the administrator. That will be a discussion between the chief of police and the administrator.
But you just said that you're only going to listen to like the water department if they have
no.
safety issues.
That's not what I'm saying. Whereas safety is concerned, especially if we need to have speed bumps, a sign, somebody's concerned about a road, that concern is going to go to the administrator, and the administrator and the chief of police will handle that, and the information will get back to the person who's asking the question.
Well, I'm asking now.
Well, it'd be very helpful to us, Dave, if you put it in an email and send it to the administrator,
But
she can get you a specific
I know
question,
that-
because we don't have anybody here that's a specialist that can give you the information about a traffic study. None of us here do anything with the traffic studies.
And they don't, I was under the impression that you were assigning the police department the study and they were gonna get back to you.
We're having a small changeover on how we're doing these requests for things and the term of traffic study, because traffic study is a very vague kind of term when it comes to things. What I'm implying as a traffic study and what the chief and what the statutes. Yeah, go ahead.
A traffic study is done by a traffic engineer. It takes many months to do and it costs thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's more large scale. This community, the issues we have here do not qualify for a traffic study. So the term traffic study, that it's not correct. So that's I think where some of the confusion is coming from. So the police and I have already been in talks about various safety improvements that we are actively looking to make around the community. There's some things that we're looking to do before the end of this year, and there's some things that are going to be in budget talks for next year. A lot of it is related to pedestrian safety and at certain intersections that are hot topics that come up. So it's more pedestrian focused, but these are conversations that we are having, and there will be some improvements that have to be made around town for the safety of the residents. So this is something that we are working on.
But it seems to me it's like on DuPont, you had like that little figure that says slow down.
Mhm.
And I don't know how effective it is, but it's been removed. And it would seem it doesn't cost anything to put it up in a spot where the cars are speeding down the road.
So there are some signs that we're actually going to be replacing and enhancing. Technology is always changing, like, some of those lights that like flash, like some
Yeah.
signs that flash. There's new technologies there. So we're looking at replacing some of those signs, and instead of signs, utilizing different paints. So again, this is all part of a comprehensive safety approach that we have, especially now with the schools where there's more walkers to the schools because of the bus situation. So this is something that, again, the police and I are actively working on. And again, some things we're trying to do this year, and some things will have to be for next year for budget reasons. But these are all things that we are
Yeah.
working on.
All right, and you also already own these signs that say you are going 25 miles an hour, you're going 30 miles an hour. Why can't we just use them?
Yeah, no, these.
I mean,
again, these are all
they're
things
already,
that
we already own them.
Yeah,
So I mean, but the sign was taken down from DuPont. I don't know if you put it up someplace else, but it would seem it can't hurt to have
yeah, I
it.
mean, if there's
you know.
specific roadways that that you're questioning, send me an email, we'll look at those intersections
Well, that's
and
not,
identify.
I'm not an engineer either. I mean, I can't tell, this is a dangerous spot and this is not. I think that's something that.
Yeah, and that's why, again,
Borough
like, this
needs to do.
conversation is, it's a more in-depth conversation than it may initially appear. Because there are different standards for the types of signs that go on roadways and the types of measures that you can do. The types of striping that you can do, and it's all related to the traffic on the road, the volume, the miles per hour of the road.
Right.
So there's a lot more that goes into this, like, we're really watering down what this is. So just, again, this is something that we are working on. The police and I are actively working on this.
Okay, because it seems.
We don't want to get a traffic engineer involved and
Right,
spend money for things that are not gonna happen here.
No,
We're not gonna be widening roadways, narrowing roadways,
Right.
changing infrastructure
No,
like that.
I
We
didn't
don't have
expect
those
you,
types of
I didn't
rights here.
expect you to do that, and I understand because I don't want to see my taxes go up.
Yes.
But one other question I had is, I don't know if you can answer this. With the school, we voted to increase our taxes to pay for the school roofs and the school fuel storage. Has the work started?
Yes,
It has started.
sorry, started over the summer.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Dave, I'm gonna attend the next school board meeting. I'll have an update as far as what the status of the rest of that is.
September 22nd, Dave.
No, I'll go, Dave, you stay.
Okay, thank you.
You got
Thank you.
Yes, Pete?
And speaking of water, having had problems with water recently myself, I have found that we have two places where you can, that I know of, that you can refill your gallon jugs or more than gallon jugs. And one of them happens to be our lovely Walmart down in Ledgewood. They have a water purification thing. And then there's another one over in the little strip mall that's trying to think which, just before the railroad tracks, if you know the one I'm talking about. So anyway, there's, so if anybody needs to get water and they don't have water, they can get, if they have their jugs, they can get them refilled.
Very good.
And it's $1 or less per gallon. Anyway.
Thank you. Thanks. Anyone else? Yes.
Yes, my name is Lisa Matrosano and I've been a resident for 39 years. I live up on top of Musconetcong Ave. And I was concerned about not having water twice in 6 months. But you said I got to go onto the website to read more in detail of what happened and what's been done.
Yeah, that was the administrator's letter. She posted today.
Okay, so I'll have to
Yeah.
do that. And well, and also I want to know, my tower up on top of Musconetcong, does that have a specific name? Musconetcong?
Tower?
Tower.
The tower, yeah, the water
Musconetcong
tower?
Booster.
What is it?
Isn't it the Musconetcong booster? Isn't that what that's?
Yeah.
Okay, and has that been completed with drinking water, like that filter and everything? Has that been done,
All
that
the
one?
municipal wells have been treated.
Oh, so
for
that's
the-
all done then?
That's all done for that well.
Okay, all right, and then do you know if it has fluoride in it or water?
There's,
It does not.
it
Oh,
does not,
does
it
it?
does not,
Oh,
it
good.
does not have it, but there are what, we have to do water testing a lot of times every 24 hours, 48 hours on all of the wells that we have. So all of our information is also available on the state's website where the water testing is concerned. It's available. for
Okay.
Anybody.
All right, that's good to know. And then also, I got my sewers put in March 2006. And they said 18 years I would pay and I would be done, which should have been a year. I know. But that's what they
I'm
said.
down the street from you. I'm on Neriticon. I hear you.
Oh,
It's
but they said
2035.
18 years.
2034, the last one drops off.
Oh, so we're gonna be paying till 20, 34.
That probably will have to be looked into from
I wish I had
the
that paper
CFO.
still that said 18
I
years.
have it. I have it at home.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't even here when the sewers went in and
Oh,
I
see,
had
I
that letter.
was. And I'm
Yeah,
saying, am
yeah.
I gonna pay for this forever?
The unfortunate thing with the sewers are, as they were doing the sewers, they had taken out an additional loan. They had taken one bite at the apple.
We didn't even go
to-
over the bridge.
No, we didn't, but there
Yeah.
were definitely, we had 3 phases to the sewers, and
Right.
then we had the punch list, which was the last like 4 years of doing sewers. So we have the sewer customers that we do have, and the unfortunate thing is, as they kept, borrowing, it just kept making the project go up and up and up. We do have our sewer debt, we do have our sewer loans, we have been paying everything down, and sewers initially started in 2003. That was when the first set of sewers went in on Lakeside Boulevard.
Yeah, because I remember we didn't want the septics to go down into the water around the lake was the
That
main
was
thing.
That was the methodology. was that you
Yeah,
wanted that
I
to
know.
happen, yeah.
I love my septic. I was very upset when I didn't. But anyway, and then my neighbor was just telling me her husband just called up on top of Muskinecong and our pressure's still low.
Mhm.
So do you know, like,
I don't want to give a time frame because
But they're
this
still
has
working on
dragged
it.
out a lot longer than we thought it would.
Yeah.
But here, I printed this out to read if I needed to read off it, but this is the release. It's on the website.
thank you.
So you can have that, but all the repairs have been done. There's air in the system, so they're trying to pump it through. They've been flushing, they've been pumping, and there's just air that they can't get out of the system. So that's where we're at with it right now. There's no leaks right now. There's no other repairs that need to be done. It's just a matter of getting the air out so the water can continue to move
Smoothly, because you
freely.
get like,
Yes.
you'll have good pressure and then all of a sudden you'll have nothing, then
Yes,
it'll be a little bit, all right, so you're still
Yeah.
working on. So the scary thing is that the pipes are aging.
yes, correct.
So you're probably eventually gonna have to replace piping,
Yes, all of our infrastructure is aging, so.
just like us.
that's- So that-
Nothing lasts forever, you mean? No.
So that is something that we are actively assessing and evaluating what needs to be done, what needs to be done now, what can wait, and evaluating the best way to approach it so that it's not going to be a huge burden on the residents. So,
Okay, because like I said, I'm here 39 years, we've never had any problems up there,
yeah,
and then we lost our water twice in 6 months.
exactly. And we
It's
do
like,
not want it to
oh,
happen. Yeah.
No, yeah, okay. All right, well, that's what I was mainly concerned about. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Not seeing anything, motion to bring it back?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to the approval of the minutes, approval of the September 3rd, 2025 regular minutes,
Motion.
Second.
roll call.
Mr. Bongiovanni,
Yes.
Mr. Falcone.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Kusivic.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Moving on to correspondence, there wasn't in this meeting, resolutions, 2025-158, cancel sewer billing, special assessment billing, erroneously billed vacant lot, block 30806, lot 19,
Motion. Second.
roll call.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yes.
Mr. Falcone.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Kusivic.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Thank you. 2025-159, authorizing the upgrade to firehouse venting systems through the Clean Air Company, Inc.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yes.
Mr. Falcone.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Kusivic.
Abstain?
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Thank you. 2025-160, amending the adopted budget for additional items, revenue, and offsetting appropriation for the 2025 Clean Communities Grant.
Motion.
And the roll call.
Tie.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yes.
Mr. Falcone.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Kusivic.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Thank you. 2025-161, amending the adopted budget for additional items, revenue, and offsetting appropriations for the 2025 recycling grant.
Motion.
Second.
And the roll call.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yes.
Mr. Falcone.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Kusivic.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Thank you. 2025-162, authorizing the basketball fees.
Motion.
Second.
And the roll call.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yes.
Mr. Falcone.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Kusivic.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to the bills list, 2025-163, the approval of the bill list.
A motion?
Second.
And the roll call?
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yeah.
Mr. Falcone.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Kuzic.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Moving on to ordinances, we have no introductions. We have no final hearings, old business.
I have some old business. Is there a way we can get an update on the cannabis stuff with the municipal planner?
Sure.
Yes, so I have met with the planner. We are working on identifying some areas in line with what you discussed at your work session. I do not have an ETA on when that will come back to me. We are doing it as part of our overall look at the master plan and our housing. So his efforts are not, he's working on everything all at once, so we're not divvying up. So I do not have an update yet, but it's being worked on.
Okay, because my concern has been, I think August 26th was when we had the conversation about the municipal planner getting us at least a report.
Mhm.
Right, and then the attorney, was the cannabis attorney, was the other piece of that. Was looking into him and getting a fee, or I don't know if it's a bid or an estimate of what it's called, or whatever it is.
Yeah, a quote, I guess.
Quote.
Yeah, I have not done that yet.
Okay.
I will add that to my list to get obtain a quote.
And then are we able to have those safety improvement reports to the council?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted
Yes,
to,
that I'm waiting on that. That is something that is being worked on as well.
okay, thank you. That was all I had.
Moving on to new business, the sewer service application. There is a sewer service application for an application that went in front of the land use board. The application is for the construction of a one-story addition above an existing three-car garage. The proposed addition will consist of 745 square foot, one-bedroom apartment and a 240 square foot deck and a designated parking area. This is housekeeping since it's already been approved from the land use board.
So is it, I don't mean to insulting, but is it really housekeeping? I just am.
Well, the approval for these applications go to the land use board. They go through the application, they go in front of the planner, they go in front of the land use engineer, the land use attorney, they go in front of the planner, they go in front of the engineer for the land use board, and it is basically a housekeeping that it comes in front of the council because our attorney doesn't look at the application, our administrator doesn't look at the application. It really is just an alert for the council to be aware of what's happening with land use.
Okay, so then why isn't everything that land use does come in front of council? Is there something else that would cause this to come in front of council, or is this?
So I think because the council sits as the approval agency for these applications, they do the review. And if it's something that is able to be constructed and built in the zoning ordinances, they give it their sign off, but it's the council that actually issues.
This is a new service. This is a new sewer service.
connection.
That's why the connection of the new service comes in front of the council. So it's met all the requirements of the land use board. It's been approved by the land use board. There is a sewer service application, which is what this is a sewer application for a new service for sewers for this specific application.
So I guess to your point, Jen, the sewer falls into our purview, but there are other things that go through land use that might not?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, because it's a new service, that's why it's in front of council. If this was something that they were doing and there was a house that came down and they had to redo a sewer connection, it would never come in front of the governing body because it already exists. This is a new sewer connection.
So not all sewer service is just a new one.
It's just a new one.
But now 219 already has sewers. 219 Lakeside Boulevard already has sewers.
They're building a new
So because they're
structure.
doing an addition, this is for another sewer
This is
line.
for another
This is
sewer.
an additional sewer line.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
We don't have to, do we have to accept it?
Yeah, I guess we can vote on it,
Yeah,
right?
there should be a vote.
You should have a vote now.
All right, I'll make a motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yes.
Mr. Falcone.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Kusivich.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to open to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion is open to the public for anything and everything that is on the agenda and off the agenda. Yes, Keith?
As to my earlier comment about the second place where you can get water filled, it's on Route 46. It's the, I think called Ledgewood Strip Mall, or whatever it's, and it's, the company is Primo Water. I think the actual one there is says H2O on the door.
Okay,
So it's not.
thank you. Anyone else? Not seeing anything, motion to bring it back?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, just looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Scared me.